So help me welcome Christine Day.
It's so wonderful to be here with all of you. Again, I always feel so emotional stepping up here. It feels very strongly like my spiritual home, even though I'm rarely actually physically here. Energetically, I feel connected to this community. And I've been strongly guided to come and be here over and over again. And it's been such a great gift in my life to feel all of you in my heart. We have a very strong energy this morning. As I was getting ready to come here, so much beauty coming in, so much love pouring in to my heart. So, as usual, my emotion is flowing, but that's part of me. My heart is open and I allow my feelings to flow as they need to carry the vastness of the love that is here for each one of us at this very amazing time in our lives on this earth plane. You know, Mother Mary's energy came, as she's been with me very strongly for the last 2 weeks. Since my birthday, which was on the 21st of January, she came to me on that day and just reminded me of her incredible commitment to me on a personal level and how we have an overlay, an energetic overlay between us. And that energy of her love that extends to each one of us as human beings on this planet, that she is committed to each one of us with that love. Part of her role is to act as a mirror, carrying that love as a platform for each one of us to align to the love that we are within our spiritual selves. And so I've been very aware of her presence with me since my birthday on a very different level. It feels like I've gone through another metamorphic process of interconnection with my own heart. And through that, I get to experience that love of myself, my love for me, and my love for her, and the love from her to me. So it's like a cycle of this love, and love carries that beautiful alchemy of the sacredness that each one of us is in a reality. We are the human beings, and we're having our human experience here, and we know sometimes that's intense, and there's drama in our lives, and the ego mind and the human part of ourselves. You know, we move through life being that perfectly imperfect model of who we are in our humanness. And at the same time, just as strong is our sacred element. That's part of our natural makeup, is our human aspect and our sacred element. And the beauty of the shifts that are taking place on the planet right now have to do with the veils lifting since the corridor of light anchored at the time of New Year. So the veils have lifted so that there is a fluidity and a much more of an ease for us to be able to reach beyond the veil to the sacred that we are and start engaging in that aspect of ourselves on a very different level. And within the sacred is the love that is a natural aspect of us, that is a component of who we are. We are that love. And it's about being willing to shift your perception. You've been looking here and just moving your vision here to the center, reaching beyond the veil to access that other sacred part of yourself that is as important as your human part, but we've focused for lifetimes on the humanness. And now we can move the vision to reach forward into that sacred component on yet another level. And there's this dimensional shift on the planet right now. So it's like 1 minute we're having an experience in that dense third dimensional reality where it's like, oh my goodness, look what I've created here, to suddenly feeling the shift and moving into something else that is different to what we're used to experiencing. Maybe through feeling like time has stopped or time's gone really fast, or just suddenly feeling disorientation and not quite understanding what's going on. But that is the glimpses that we are being given, because the veils are so thin, of the sacred component of ourselves that are multidimensional in nature. We are multidimensional beings having a human experience, but all the focus has been on our humanness for lifetimes. And this lifetime, we're starting to move our gaze and realize there's more in our makeup than just that human element. And now the veils are lifting to allow us to stabilize more completely within the sacred that we are, to stabilize within the love, that loving component of who we are, the magic of ourselves. Since New Year, there was a column of light that anchored on the planet. Now, this column of light happened at the time that the energetic shift happened from 2018 into 2019. It worked through the magnetic core of the Earth, and the actual pulse or vibration of planet Earth started to change in that moment. There was a pulsing of a new heartbeat, a new pulse of light that started to move out through the planet and started to align to the rest of the universe like never before. We are now in the same vibrational element as the rest of the universe for the first time ever. That is incredible. And all the sacred sites on the planet at that moment of that shift formed an energetic web, and they started to reverse into their pristine condition. Where they first anchored on planet Earth, they carried this pristine energy of light, and now they've reversed back into that form and have formed a web between all sacred sites on this earth plane. Almost like an energetic womb, a webbing of light that is almost like holding us, this womb, in order for us to rebirth ourselves, to reconnect to that which we already are beyond the veils, to allow this metamorphosis to take place through the cells of our body. Bringing the love, the element of this purity, of this love, back to the earth plane, to allow those of us, especially on the path, to awaken on another level, to be nurtured and held within a loving embrace, to be guided back to align deeper within the higher self, our sacred natures. Now, Mother Mary and the Christ energy, Jesus Christ, have made a new covenant, or they're fulfilling a covenant that was here for the earth plane, to come back to the earth, like when they walked the earth many lifetimes ago. They're both Pleiadian energies. They carry the frequency of the love, the pure love. This is the love that Jesus Christ spoke to me of at the Sea of Galilee many years ago, which transformed my life, and it has transformed me into aligning deeply within my own loving element within my heart. But He is here carrying this frequency, this energetic mirror alongside Mother Mary, to support us, to mirror back to us, to you, the purity of your own love that exists, that you can start to utilize and draw forward to nurture yourself and move yourself back into that sacred alignment, to the magic, your unfulfilled magic of this lifetime up to this point, that you can start to draw from it and reconnect. It's only reconnection. There's nothing you have to change in this moment of time. Because as a human being, yes, you're perfectly imperfect, but the sacred part of yourself is fully intact, just beyond the veil, supporting you even now in your journey. You may not be aware of it when you're locked into the ego mind and in the drama, but when you come into your heart, you can access that sacredness, that light, that love of yourself, and start utilizing the magic in your day-to-day lives right now. So that Mother Mary is here to just love you, to love you no matter what, to hold the frequency of the mirror of the love, unconditional love, giving us the mirror so we can start to bring our own love that is within the sacred that we are, to love ourselves unconditionally, to love ourselves with compassion, with patience, and bring that love to the human part of ourselves that has suffered, that is struggling, that is far less than perfect and will never ever be perfect, because that is the human experience. It's not about letting go of the human experience, it's about supporting our human selves with the love from the sacred that we are. And Mother Mary and the Christ energy are carrying that mirror of that love, that perfect love that you have, this perfect love within your higher self that has always been designed to bring it to you, to bring it back to yourself, to fortify and nourish yourself in your day-to-day lives. It's not about your life becoming perfect, but it's about the love allowing yourself to be fortified so that you can meet your creation of your life. Everything around us in our third dimensional worlds is our creation, to own that creation and to open up, not with fear or struggle, but open up in a state of inquisitiveness to, okay, this is right in front of me now. What is it I need to know and learn in this experience? And to use that breath to open your awareness into whatever that challenge is, whether it's tiny or large, it's immaterial. It's simply owning the creation in the moment that you have brought to yourself in order to learn another level about your human vulnerability, your idiosyncrasies, and allow the love of your higher self to hold you and nurture you and bring in creative solutions for your life now. Like the ego mind will say, oh, there's no way out of this. This is like, and there's no way out. I'm like trapped. That's the ego mind. It only knows the cycle of self-sabotage. And then when you come into the heart and allow the vastness of your connection to that sacred part of yourself and the love, suddenly there's a simple solution that you would never ever have thought of, never ever been able to imagine. It's not in your point of reference in the ego mind, because the ego mind's that third dimensional limitation, and your heart is the vastness of the love of your higher self, where all love makes everything possible. Love brings the magic design, the magic creativity, so that you're never stuck. It's not a reality. It's very much a third dimensional piece where you feel stuck up here. But if you move to the space of the heart where the love is accessible, then you link into the magic of yourself, and all solutions are there. All solutions. It's about choosing to claim the love of yourself and the magic that is held within that love, to nurture your human part that may be suffering or be in pain or struggle, and to allow yourself to choose differently, to choose the vastness of yourself, the vastness of that loving component that you are, and start to access this place. This is like an old habit where we immediately go here. So we retrain our reflexes to come here, to choose differently. And this choice supports your humanity, and it supports also the whole part of yourself, so that you are claiming all of you, not just an aspect of you. That you are choosing the love of yourself, and all truth is love. That's all it is. And the fear is the illusion held within the ego mind. The stories the ego mind tells you is third-dimensional fear, all based on fear. And there's either fear or love reactions. That's all we have. It all comes down to that. If you're angry, you're in fear. If you're in struggle, you're believing the fear messages from the ego mind. You don't believe there's any other way but struggle or lack or limitation. The love from the heart, from your higher self, opens the new doorway, so that you step through the doorway to this multidimensional aspect of your own magic, of the love. And you're nurtured by that, you're held by that. And we have Mother Mary and the Christ energy working, really holding the reflection of the self-resurrection, of taking yourself off that cross, which we've talked about many times here, where we've placed ourselves on a cross, we've condemned ourselves for the things we've done in our lives. We've placed ourselves there, and we can only take ourselves down. I know that changed my life when I met Christ by the Sea of Galilee that day, when he said, "When are you going to take yourself off the cross? You've come here to resurrect yourself in this lifetime." That message was like, changed my life. And he has brought another element of that frequency to the earth plane right now, to support you, to enable you to much more easily take yourself off the cross, to really shed the letting go, the grief, the struggle, the shame, the guilt, the stories that you have about against yourself for what you have or haven't done in this lifetime. It can be shed now. It just falls away. You know, I always see it as a cloak, and you just pull the string and the cloak just falls to the ground. Because the veils that have lifted from the corridor of light is bringing a frequency of God light onto the planet of love. And everything dissolves. Everything that is not of truth dissolves in the love. In the alchemy of love, that is what happens. Density dissolves. That which is not of truth dissolves. And all of those self-condemnations are not of truth, you see. It's stories from the ego mind. And guess what? We all have stories in our mind of who we are and what we've become and what we've done. But the fact is, they're stories, they're illusion. And you're the only one who can actively let go. You have free will here. We've come here free will to have the human experience. The idea is to transform our human experience, Not to end our humanity. We're going to always be having a human experience. But the goal, the mission we have come here to achieve in this lifetime is to stay and have the human experience and to move back to align consciously to the sacred that we are, to our higher self, to our love. And the Pleiadians say we will achieve this in this lifetime well before we leave this planet. Every one of us here is on the path of self-discovery. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting in this room. And the energy is supporting this shift in us to come back home to the sacred that we are and to love our humanness, our idiosyncrasies with love and compassion and patience. You're not going to do it perfectly as a human being. Just get that. We know that. We're perfectly imperfect. If the Pleiadians have taught me anything, it's to honor my imperfection, to celebrate my humanness, to love my imperfection. And once you do, the separation ends. The struggle ends. The suffering ends. Because there's no self-condemnation. There's inquisitiveness of how I'm feeling. You know, that child inside, the little girl inside of me, gets to play, to be free in the light with the love of myself. You know, the Pleiadians say, you are who you've been waiting for. I love that because it's so true and it brings joy. That's the reality. And that love, that vast love that Mother Mary and Christ are holding right now for all of humanity. I thought years ago that Christ and Mother Mary were just with the church and there was no way I could be with the church. But they soon showed me, no, the church have adopted them as their symbols, but no, they're here for all of us. They don't have any dogma. They have the vastness of their love, and they honor us in our human journey. They honor our steps, the courage it's taken for us to be here. Not an easy path. Every one of us here has suffered one way or another. We've had our moments. But now's the time to choose and step through the doorway of your heart to access that love and choose differently. To choose to relate to the sacred that we are and allow the love to come in, the love of ourselves, that will rejuvenate ourselves. The Pleiadians say that when we open into the love, the cells become immersed, bathed in that loving frequency. And they go through a rejuvenation and recalibration. So there's a physical healing that happens through the body, a rejuvenation. As we consciously choose to reach for this other part of our makeup, it's you. You in your most glorious state of light, of love. And then that love just naturally extends out to everyone. We all interconnect through the magic of the love. That alchemy of love is the connector, the key to everyone else's heart through that God consciousness element. It interweaves through the entire resident universe here, and we are an aspect of that magic communion. So as you align to that sacred love of yourself, then you start to move into that interweaving through the collective communion of our universe. So I stand here and I can see all of you, the beauty of your hearts, through here as I connect into the love and the vastness of myself. Then I naturally extend and can feel all of you. And I see the beauty of each one of you. I witness you in that. Whether you witness it in yourself or not, it's there. It exists. You exist on that multidimensional framework. And each one of you carries this unique frequency. The Pleiadians liken this to like a tapestry, right? Right through the universe is this huge tapestry. And each one of you is a unique color in that tapestry. There's no other color like you. You are uniquely divine. And so as you reach through your heart to the love of yourself, you start to link into your unique color, that unique form. No other color like you within the whole universe. You bring the gift of your vibration of that color. As you align, you realign, you bring that to the universe. I am working completely with my unique color. This is my frequency of my love, moving outwards to all of you. And you, each one of you, have your own brilliant color within that weave to bring forth to humanity the magic of that love. And this is your time to shine forth that within you. Let's take a breath. Just open to the essence. Whether you see, sense, or feel it, or have a knowingness, or have no idea about it, it doesn't matter. It exists. You exist in that unique form of that essence. So just let your awareness, just take a risk, nothing to lose here. Just let your awareness open up towards your unique essence of that color, of that love, that you are. The magic that you are, just like opening your awareness like a flower would open to the sun. Just let it extend outwards and choose just to understand you exist in that form within the sacred that you are. And just take a conscious breath in and out your mouth. And let go. Just let go. Because it's the letting go that moves you beyond that third dimensional holding. And you're just gently acknowledging the existence of it, whether you witness it or not, whether you sense or see it or not, it exists. You exist in the sacred form of your own love. And it's that you have been waiting for. The engagement of the magic of yourself, of the alchemy of that energy, of that essence of who you are. And Mother Mary is here. She is so beautiful in the love that she has. And her ability to just hold that love for each individual. She just sees you and witnesses you in the purest of yourself, that purity But not only that, into your humanness too, and your idiosyncrasies, your perfectly imperfect human elements that, she just honors your journey and the way you need to do it for yourself, whether it's staying with the suffering, staying in the illusion one more time if you need to. There's no right or wrong way of doing this journey. It's just having your experience in the moment for as long as you need it. Let's take one more breath and just let go. Ashata inea. That's it. Just feeling the vastness of the love that is here within you. From that unique aspect of your own color, your own thread within the weave of the collective. Just allowing yourself just to know it exists and opening your awareness, take a breath, let go. Just for this moment in time. That's all. It's one moment in time. It only takes one moment. You're not going to do it perfectly. But in that one moment, you make reconnection, a moment of reunion. And every cell in your body can shift. You don't have to be in total belief. You can be in disbelief and still bring your awareness out there and take a breath and let go. Because it's irrelevant within the multidimensional world of your higher self. That disbelief of the ego mind. It doesn't make any difference. It keeps you separated, yes, but it doesn't make any difference to you acknowledging that aspect of your sacred essence, that unique color that you are, that unique essence of love that you carry. It's stable and strong. You're stable and strong and intact beyond that veil. And it's steady. It's not going anywhere. So if you work one moment at a time, just to work through that, to allow just that reconnection, moving your awareness and just honoring that aspect of yourself for one moment, then everything shifts within your cells because you change the cycle. You change the cycle of only focusing on the ego and the human aspect of yourself. And it's always one moment at a time that we make the shifts, not huge steps. Like the ego mind will say, okay, I'm going to do this completely now. This is where I'm going to focus, nowhere else. No, you won't. That's not how the human ego works. But then when you fail, your ego mind goes, see, you won't be able to do it. So you take one moment at a time and choose your moments, one moment a day, to slowly create the new pathway to that higher aspect of yourself, to the love that you are, to that unique essence of love that you are. And that love will start to move along that pathway and come into your day. And you create a shift, a change in the cycle. And nothing will be the same ever again. You'll never truly go back to that closed space of just being human. You start to align and choose the moments of your sacredness. And the pathway gets more and more established until it becomes this huge space, this highway of love flowing into you, of your higher self flowing into you. The love holding you, nurturing you, healing the human part that is feeling less than, maybe not lovable. Always never having enough, limited. You start to feel and get experiences of the unlimited, of your magic, your ability to utilize that love and transform your day-to-day life to create your heart's desire. For you, for the love of yourself, not for anyone else, but for you loving you bringing gifts to you. That self-love that ends the separation, and then the higher self can anchor fully through the body. This is you birthing you. It's your time to shine forth. Your unique element of love, your essence of love, your color of love, out through humanity, out into the universe, for that reconnection of communion, of love. This is the time, because the corridor of light is going nowhere. It's becoming more and more fortified on the planet. It was always designed to come in at this time for this destiny turning point of you choosing differently, of you reclaiming yourself in a very different conscious way in life. This is third dimensional, day-to-day living, bringing the sacred in like a sacred wind flowing through your life, touching all the elements of your life that you need the magic, because we are magical beings. With our love, we create the alchemy of our lives. We reinvent ourselves through our higher self coming in. And that human element that's been suffering stops the suffering, begins to feel peace and the holding of the love. And that rejuvenation of the human spirit that in lots of ways feels broken down, like you've almost lost the battle. Many people feel that. Not everyone, but that they have kind of lost the battle in life, that life has beaten them, and that somehow they've been punished. And the fact is, there is no punishment here, just the creation of what we believe ourselves to be. That ego mind with the stories. Maybe of the messages we were given by our mothers and fathers as a child, or by teachers, or by society, that we're just not okay, we're not good enough, we're not lovable, we're not enough. And we're perpetuating that story. Through the realignment and choosing the sacred, that love, all of that really lies melt away. And we start to see ourselves and that we're okay. We're really okay in our humanness. We start to embrace that part of ourselves that we don't do so well as a human being. And that love nurtures the spirit of our humanity so that we can come back home to ourselves and feel okay. We're not perfect, but we're okay with our imperfection. And then, guess what? You feel just this love for everyone out there. Because guess what? Everyone else is imperfect as well. No judgments, just loving the humanity that we are. And honoring our own uniqueness in moments. This love is accessible more than ever before. And the column of light that's bringing the God light frequency to the planet is building. It hasn't stopped. It's creating stronger waves. It means, yes, on a third dimensional level, the drama may get more. Because as with the light, the density comes up. But that's not a bad thing. It's just revealing that which has been hidden. All that density coming up and out of us and out of communities and governments and just through life. And that is just, we're witnessing. We're being asked to witness that, but not get caught up in that drama. The love from our higher selves allows us to witness and be held in our own love as we see the transformation in our own lives through that loving flow that we are, that magic. And that shedding of the density. It's like taking a conscious breath and just letting go. Just letting go. Just releasing that cape, pulling the string and just falling away effortlessly because it's just not necessary anymore. It cannot sustain in the light, the density and the lies. And that's the struggle. And that's suffering. The Pleiadians say we can let go of the suffering in any moment. How much longer do you choose to hang on to the suffering? And maybe you need it. Many people are addicted to the drama and the suffering. How would that be when it's no longer in your life? There's adjustments. And the ego mind gets attached to that drama and suffering. But the heart will take you right back to truth, to the love that you are. Let's take one more breath and just let go. Ashatai. That's it. Just allowing some of that letting go. Just something just falling away, that shedding that is just part of you choosing the love and the light that you are in each moment of time. And know that you can call forth Mother Mary and the Christ energy. They are committed to each one of you at this time. They are committed to opening up really unique relationships with each one of you. And they will come if you call. Like never before, they're walking the earth plane to support you in your own unique journey of holding you with the love and supporting you in this very vibrant transition that we're in. And we're here together, gathered. And the love is here for all of us to really receive that which we need in this moment of time. But most importantly, your love is here for you to receive. To choose differently, to walk through the door and take in, start engaging on a very different level with the sacred part of yourself. Make it a living reality in your life. And you're the only one who can do that. So I witness each one of you and hold the platform, the energetic platform, for you to choose differently on another level with yourself. This community can make a difference to the planet as we evolve. One moment at a time. Build your pathways to the alchemy of that love that you are. So be it. Thank you, everyone.
stating, I love you and I'm here. You are the one to let down the barrier. You are the one to lift up the veil, to reveal your own beauty, to reveal your own radiance, and bathe in the fountain of truth. You are the one to sail in the river, letting go the shore, trusting the current, a gentle wind behind you, and the sunrise before you as you flow into the glory. Wave meets you there, carrying you like air into the great creation, your sacred revelation. You are the one to open the doorway. You are the one to open it wide to the light that's been waiting, ever patiently stating, I love you and I'm here. I am you, the one you've been waiting for.
So let's open up to the essence of this beautiful circle that each one of us carry, that frequency of love. So we are a circle of love with the energy of each one of the essence of our own unique love is flowing through this circle. Ekoshata I. Ashe om daine a, ashe om, ashe o. He a, ashe om daine I. That we open in that communion of love with each other. Each one of us is being held by the beautiful essence of Mother Mary and Jesus Christ, being held and supported in our own unique journeys with this love. So be it. Amen. Ho. Thank you, everyone.